Hi, it's Billy.
And it's Pat.
And we're talking about
ex-boyfriends.
Ex-boyfriends. I mean, it could be the many that you've had or one that you've had. I guess it depends on how serious your relationships are, but it's kind of a question of what happens after. Like, do you stay friends? Do you maintain a relationship with them?
Yeah. I think for me, I've been very fortunate where I am friendly with basically all of my exes or anyone that I dated for any, substantial amount of time. No one that I went on some people I went on a couple dates with and, never talked to them again. But for the most part, I feel like I could reach out to any one of my exes, and if I needed something, they would, at least I'd like to think they would help me.
Yeah. What were the lengths of those relationships? Were they long or?
I dated someone for like a year-ish on and off. I dated someone for a year. I dated someone for in college for 4 months, 5 months, which is in college is kind of a long relationship. So not like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I feel like those relationships, ones that are around a year long or less, I feel that those are easier to transition into friendships after, or they're ones that, the exit might not be as bad.
You tend to break up when you're young. Everything's very passionate, so you really are into someone and then you hate their guts. So for a lot of my exes, there was a time where we didn't speak or we were not nice to each other, but eventually it's for me, I remember, I did like this person for a reason at some point, so it's okay to still like them as a person even if I don't love them or feel romantically for them anymore.
I think that's an interesting trust thing because some people can't get in a relationship with someone that's friends with exes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I never really had an issue with that. I think it's interesting because I really like to learn a bit about the person you're dating, their past relationship and the perspective from someone they dated. And I didn't really get any details, but I just to see that you could be friends with someone after shows that you were respectful during a relationship. I was in a different place than you were with relationships.
You had a long-term.
I was in a long-term relationship. The length that we are in now was what I was in before we dated. I was in a 5-year relationship that ended, and then a couple months later I met you, and then
we've put another 5-year right on top.
But it took me a very long time to find closure with my ex, and we only did it recently.
Yeah, you guys didn't talk for a long time.
No,
right?
I mean it was probably good for both of us not to talk because we were with each other every single day for 5 years, and when that ended, obviously that was not a good thing. It was not good for either of us, but we did the right thing by, getting away from each other.
Yeah, it's tricky because I think sometimes you need that space, especially from someone that you've been with for a really long time, because they know the deepest, darkest parts of you if you had a deep relationship, and you to them, which makes it really easy to hurt another person that you're so close with because you know what buttons to push and what their weaknesses may be. So it's definitely healthy, I think, to have that separation. I really enjoyed seeing you and your ex see each other, and because it was kind of spontaneous, you had just ended up at the same bar, I think it was kind of good because there wasn't that tension of oh, I have to message this person, or I gotta call my ex and we haven't spoken in a really long time. You both were kind of caught off guard.
I'm telling you, it worked good because I initially thought I was gonna see him at a wedding and he ended up not being able to make it. So I worked up all this preparing to finally get to see him and find closure with that, and that didn't happen. So then having it happen spontaneously was kind of the best thing. When you're open and you're friends with your ex, I think it's also important to talk about your past relationship when you're stable in your current relationship.
Yes.
It gives you a chance to kind of reflect on it with the person that you mesh with best. All old relationships just pave the way for your future one. So if something is not working out for you, you may be able to be friends with them in the future, but just remember also that everything you learn in each relationship leads up to where you are now. So it's not an end-all when a relationship ends.
Yeah. Are you guys still friends with your exes? Do you talk? Do you not talk? Are you mortal enemies? We'd love to hear your stories because we like reading your comments. So leave some below and we'll read them, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Cool.
Good job.